Why, hello and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your hosting guy, Zollin, and this is a LOTRO guide. And I've got a cool quality of life update that LOTRO has done for binding items. So I'm in the new solo, I'm in a solo of the 3-man instance. And basically I have these new shoulder pads that just dropped from a creature and I equipped them, right? So the ones I have equipped right now, which actually look really, really cool, mind you. But that's not why you're here for this guide video. What here is the new way. Oh yeah, look how cool those things. Wow, those things look amazing. Those are really cool new shoulder pads. Like, they're really clean looking too. Wow, I love it. That's awesome. But that's not what I care about for this guide video. What I care about is the new way they bind. So there's a thing at the top there that now says Fellowship Tradable. Okay, bind to account. What happens is when you right click it to put it on, those are my older ones. When I right click to put them on, it says still the equipment will bind. All right, normally that's a thing, right? So when you pick up an item out of a chest, it's not bound to your character, and you can trade it to a friend, right? Or send it to an alt, that kind of thing. But now, and it's tradable, it says that it is Fellowship Tradable, and not just that, when you click it, a timer starts on it. See below the essence slot there, the empty essence slot, it has a timer for an hour. You get an hour before it actually binds to your character. So if you put it on by mistake or something, you should still be able to trade it to a fellowship member, right? That's in your fellowship. So you're like, oh, here, you can have it, right? Or send it to someone or that kind of thing. And now here is the question. Can I mail it to someone, right? So if we're putting up our social thing, I'm a VIP, so I can do mailing from anywhere. Compose, right? So normally if it's a bound item, like for example, this one, if I put it in here, I can't. It says the item mail recipient can't because it's bound, right? So now let's try the new shoulder pads. I can send them. They're not bound yet because of that hour timer. So I could send that to an alt if I wanted my alt to have it, right? It lets me put it as an attachment because of that timer. And then I could mail it real quick, right? And then whoever else gets it, that's going to be bound to, right? So that's the new thing I wanted to put in this little guide video is how the binding works now, okay? So again, if you're someone who doesn't know how binding works, this is a guide / update video for LOTRO, right? This is a new thing. So 2023, the time I did this. So how the new binding thing works from when you pick up items and stuff. Now, I'm not sure this is going to be for all items. It's going to be probably more for just equipment, right? But I think this is a really cool quality of life thing that would have been so nice back in the day with things, right? So as you can see, I got the shoulders. I also got some of the tradable thing, and I got some runes of enchantment when I finished a boss, and I got some boxes out. So anyway, pretty cool. I like it. Again, if you don't know how binding how it normally works, a real quick refresher for you to finish up the video is that bound items you cannot trade unless there's two kinds of bound items. I do have a video already on this, but they're usually in gray. You can see it there with my one piece of armor. I'm going to put the new one back on again. It says that one piece of armor says bound to account. What that means is that those pauldrons of the adventurer, I can send those to other people on my account through shared storage. I will not be able to put it in the mail, mind you. And then there's other items that will say bound to your character's name. So this one says bind on equipped. So for example, I'm going to show you. It's saying right now I could send these to anyone. I could mail these. I could trade them with anyone. I could sell it on the auction house. But it says bind on equipped. So if I equip these are not the new items from the instance, mind you. They instantly equip, and now if you look, it says bound to Zollin. I can no longer... This particular, I'm going to switch back. I'll switch back my pants here real quick, if it lets me. There it goes. I can no longer send these to another person on my account through my shared storage. You can never send, if things that are bound to account can only be sent through the shared storage, all right? On that server, mind you, too. On that server, it has to be the server. Bound to character means it can only be kept on that character in his own private vault or on the character's inventory, okay? You won't be able to put it in your shared storage. You won't be able to mail it to anyone. So now this pants are pretty much useless. I use them as a test though for you guys, right? To show you, I'm gonna pretty much just have to vendor these, sell them as trash. I won't be able to put them in the auction hall or anything. But again, the new shoulder pads are fellowship tradable. When you first put them on, there's a countdown till they bind to your character. Or bind to account, excuse me. So I can still put these in my shared storage later, even once they're bound to my account. But right now, before you put them on, you can sell them on the auction hall or have the new thing, 1 hour timer. If you put them on, you're like, oops, I shouldn't have put those on. You can still trade them to someone in a fellowship. So anyone that you've joined in a fellowship, you could trade with, okay? So hopefully that was... you understand the differences between a regular item that you can do whatever with, bound to account, and bound to character, that character's particular name, like Zollin, for example, right? My character. And again, the new system is what I wanted to talk about mainly in this video, was the fact that you get an hour now. That music is quite loud, isn't it? It's quite loud indeed. But yes, anyway, there we go. Wanted to do a quick little guide video on that. I think that's important for new players to know, or people who just don't know about that update with that new thing where you have an hour basically where it's still tradable before it binds to your character, as you can see there, right? That item. I think it's super cool. So I love it. You guys have a great day in Middle-earth. Thank you to Skumley for being a royal guard on my Patreon. Some next guide videos up there. Got my other main playlist over there, LOTRO Tale. Hope it made your day a little better. See you all in the next one. Subscribe button's there. If I earned it, maybe leave a comment or a like, and I'll see you all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings. Baruch Kazan, Kuzan menu.